Good morning, everyone. Happy Sunday. I'm Reverend Katherine Economou, and I'm the Senior Minister here at the Center for Spiritual Living, Temecula Valley, from my living room. This is our Artistic Director, John Foltz. Good morning, John.
Good morning.
Happy Sunday.
I know, now how is that? Center for Spiritual Living via Fallbrook.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? We just
Temecula Valley via Fallbrook, yeah.
We keep adding qualifiers.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
I'm good. How are you?
I'm well. I'm sweating.
Who isn't
I
at
know,
this point?
but even with the air on, so I'm sending everybody cool vibes. I hope you joined us for the meditation. I tried to bring in a fresh coolness to that. So if you missed it this morning, go back and see our spiritual practice this morning, and maybe you'll find some coolness.
Refresh yourself.
Absolutely,
yes.
Absolutely. So hey, guess what?
What?
We have an extra chair here.
I can't imagine why. Is there a cat coming?
No, my cat is locked in the back room. My cat is not here. No, it's not my dog or my husband.
Steve? No?
No, it's not Steve. Hopefully he's going to stay quiet in the other room. Hopefully, usually. Thanks, Steve. We love you that you let us film here. No, we have a special guest.
We do.
We do.
Yeah, I'm just pretending like I don't.
I know, because you see she's right there.
Yeah.
All right, so we'd like to welcome our special guest today. We have Reverend Dr. Victoria Bomberry with us today. So come on in, Victoria. Hi.
Hey.
Hello. Happy Sunday.
Yeah.
I can put this up on the thing for you.
Live and in
look who we
person.
got. We were so tired of working just together alone that we begged her.
Wow.
Victoria, will you please?
My head's going like this.
I know. Just be like a Victoria bobblehead.
Yeah. We are so grateful after just being the two of us for so long to have you with us. So thank you for saying yes, and thank you for being with us today. And we're going to have some fun.
Yeah.
You ready for some fun?
I'm ready.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. It has been a little cabin fevery with just the two of us. We have gone off the rails.
A little bit, I know. I think that Dr. Victoria is going to ground us, and we'll maintain our decorum, maybe.
Like ground us? Grounded?
No, she's not like that. No. I actually know Victoria to be a little bit mischievous on her own, so maybe we could get into some fun
Ooh,
today.
that'll be too bad we don't have more stilly string to
Oh, I know.
Oh my goodness.
I know there has to be some sort of initiation rites into her. No, I did not give my daughter silly string to surprise her around the corner, so don't worry about it. That's not going to happen.
That's good. That's good.
But we're here to put together a service today for us and to celebrate and honor this life. CSLTV is an intentional spiritual community that knows that at the center of all things is the power and the presence of God. And it is that presence of goodness and wholeness and peace that's alive at the center of each of us and of all things. And so if you are one of our beloved congregants, we want to say good morning and welcome. If you may be finding us for the first time, we're so glad that you came across this video, and we hope that you enjoy it and you find something in this service today to inspire you and to connect you with that deep presence of spirit that's alive as you. And so with that, I think we can start. You want to start?
We can start.
Okay.
We've already started, but we can start.
I know. Well, let's start with our centering song.
We've been sitting in the car, now we're going to turn on the engine.
Okay.
Is that,
if we're sitting in the car, we'd be sweating. So
well,
let's get going.
We better get going.
Yeah, absolutely.
In the stillness of this moment, there is peace. There is peace. In the stillness of this moment, there is peace. There is peace, and I rest and trust and breathe and know. In the stillness of this moment, there is peace. In the stillness of this moment, there is peace. In the stillness of this moment, there is peace.
And so resting in this moment, we just breathe and allow ourselves to become present. this moment, in the presence, I know that deep joy, that deep peace, and that deep harmony of God that's alive as each and every one of us. I know this is a truth at the center of this service. And as we come together on this day to remember this goodness, this light, this life that is God, I know that we are each inspired along this journey of life to connect not only to that peace, but to share our gift and to allow for this life to unfold in that joy. And so I bless all that unfolds in this day. I bless John, I bless Reverend Victoria, I bless myself, and as we come together to create this space of healing, of light, and of connection for this community, in gratitude for the technology that allows us to be, and for the opportunity to commune spirit to spirit and heart to heart, it is in gratitude that we begin. And so it is. Amen.
So it is.
I always find my center after we pray and pause. So I think it's always good that we start with that. So I do have a little bit more to share. You know, I called Reverend Victoria last month and asked her to consider joining us in our craziness here on Sunday mornings. And she shared with me some news that she is moving into a new expression and expansion of her ministry. And so I'm going to try not to cry with this, but Victoria's been with us for 4 years, and she came to us from the Riverside community, and it has been a gift. She came in as a practitioner, and moving into the School of Ministry, she obtained her ministerial license and has stepped into ministry with her Reverend title. And now she's launching her own ministry and moving back up, and will be working with the Riverside community. And so she's actually leaving, and that's one of the bittersweet parts of having her here today. She's with us for a little while more. You're not really leaving as soon as we finished today, but we thought it would be a really great opportunity for us to have her share another message with our community, and then to be able to honor her and celebrate the gifts that she has given to this community, and bless her on her way, actually in person. So thank you for saying yes. Thank you for sharing a message with us today. I'm looking forward to hearing that. And thank you for sharing your heart with us for these 4 years. It's been an honor to work with you, and I'm going to talk a little bit more about that later. But that's why we're here today, to have our little fun and to celebrate and honor Dr. Victoria. So just to let you know, I don't want to be shocking when she gives her message and talks about launching the ministry of her heart for the world, and say, wait a minute, what does that mean? And so she will be stepping out of CSLTV in the next 6 weeks and moving into this new exciting adventure. So we're going to celebrate you and honor you today. You get the center chair. And so with that, we're going to get moving on our service. I've got a reading for us. No, you've got a chant for us first. We're going to sing.
Is that the order we do it in?
Yes, we're doing the chant first.
It's how strange, we add one element.
I know, and then I get
all of a
all.
sudden I forget what we
Wait a
do.
minute, what are we doing? Yes. So you've got a chant, I've got a reading.
Okay,
How about that?
that's wonderful.
Okay. That's a good one. I love this one.
Pour yourself in me, pour yourself into my heart. Oh, wonderful Spirit, pour yourself in me, pour yourself into my heart. Oh, wonderful Spirit, pour your joy in me. Pour your joy into my heart. Oh, wonderful Spirit, sing your song. Sing your song in me. Sing your song into my heart. Oh,
love that I have someone else singing next to me so I can actually sing. It makes me feel great, so thank you for being here.
I finally have background.
You
singers.
got singers!
Yes.
At least one of them can carry a tune.
Well,
And we can both dance.
yeah, I was
Oh,
going
we
to say,
could
you guys
dance.
need to stand up and dance.
We could do it. We could be backup singers. Okay. So our reading today comes from 365 Science of Mind by Ernest Holmes. We've been working through this this year. And today's reading is from August 23rd, and it's page 250. And the title is, I Sense the Divine Presence Within Me. And so I invite you to close your eyes and just take a breath and open to these words. The Spirit of God is an undivided and indivisible wholeness. It fills all time with its presence and peoples all space with the activity of its thought. Your endeavor, then, is not so much to find God as it is to realize His presence and to understand that this presence is always with you. Nothing can be nearer to you than that which is the very essence of your being. Your outward search for God culminates in the greatest of all possible discoveries, the finding of Him at the center of your own being. Life flows up from within you. Say to yourself, I know that my search is over. I am consciously aware of the presence of the Spirit. I have discovered the great reality. I am awake to the realization of this presence. There is but one life. Today I see it reflected in every form, back of every countenance, moving through every act. Knowing that the divine presence is in everyone I meet, the Spirit in all people, I salute the good in everything. I recognize the life of God responding to me from every person I meet, in every event that transpires, in every circumstance in my experience. I feel the warmth and color of this divine presence forevermore pressing against me, forevermore welling up from within me. The wellspring of eternal being, present yesterday, today, tomorrow, and always. And so just breathing that in and connecting to that presence within you, knowing that God is right where we are. And just blessing that. And so it is.
And so it is.
All right, so I think we are going to step aside and let John have the stage. So I will follow you.
The stage.
Yes,
The thing.
mantle.
The thing.
The
mantle.
What is this thing?
Oh, you know, the hearth.
The hearth. There we
The
go.
hearth.
The hearth. Okay, John Foltz, everybody.
Hi there, everyone. Happy Sunday to you. Lovely for you to join us. And so happy that Reverend Dr. Victoria is here. It's such a treat. Again, it's been a little stir crazy, and we've been having fun. Make no mistake. But it's great to have her here with us. And she actually requested a song for today, which I wasn't familiar with prior to her asking. And this turns out the song's called Sankofa, and it's actually based on a West African chant from the nation of Ghana, and this interpretation of it was done by Cassandra Wilson. So, as I was preparing and learning this, the only recording that I could find of it was an a cappella recording, and it was lovely. It's actually quite lovely. So, what I would like you to do is for you to picture just a chorus of West African voices singing this song, and you might catch some of the beauty in it. It's called Sankofa. Oh, Sankofa, high on the heavens you soar, my soul is soon to follow you back to yesterday's noon. Will it remember me back to yesterday's sun? Will rekindle me, rekindle the spirit into tomorrow, and high on the wind, Sankofa flies again and again. Oh, Sankofa, high on the heavens you soar, my soul is soon to follow you back to yesterday's moon. My soul is soon to follow you back to yesterday's moon. Will it remember me back to yesterday's sun? Will rekindle me, rekindle the spirit into tomorrow and high on the wind. Sankofa flies again and again. Oh, Sankofa, high on the heavens you soar. My soul is soon to follow you back to yesterday's moon. Will it remember me back to yesterday's sun? Will rekindle me, rekindle the spirit into tomorrow and high on the wind. Sankofa flies again and again. Sankofa flies again and again. Sankofa flies again and again. Sankofa flies again and again.
Oh, beautiful.
Isn't that lovely?
That's lovely.
So thank you for requesting and introducing me to that gorgeous piece of music.
That's beautiful.
Yes.
So I'm actually going to come back first as we switch and get the stage set for Victoria here. I get to introduce her officially. It's fun because I don't know if everybody knows Victoria's bio, and I'm sorry that if we've never really shared it. But so Reverend Dr. Victoria Bomberry has served as the staff minister here at the Center for Spiritual Living Temecula Valley, in charge of our Faith and Action Ministry, which she birthed. She really brought that forth to us over the last couple of years, and we're very proud of the work that has come from that ministry. She is moving to the Riverside Center for Spiritual Living in September, where she will be the Minister of Transformational Programming, a newly created position at the Riverside Center for Spiritual Living. She completed her ministerial studies at the Holmes Institute, the San Diego Regional Campus. I believe that was 2018.
2 years ago.
Yeah, okay, so 2018.
18,
Okay,
yeah.
I found her dates. She received her PhD in Modern Thought and Literature from Stanford University, with areas of specialty in anthropology and literature, with an emphasis on women and indigenous social movements of the Americas. She has more than 35 years teaching experience, including the California State University system in the departments of English, Ethnic Studies, and Native American Studies. At Stanford, she taught in the Department of Comparative Race and Ethnicity. She was a University of California President's Postdoctoral Fellow at the Hemispheric Institute on the Americas at the University of California, Davis. She retired from the University of California, Riverside, where she taught in the Department of Ethnic Studies. She is a recipient of the Charles Bannerman Fellowship, which is a national award for community organizers. She received the Sankofa Award from the California Arts Council for lifetime contribution to arts and culture. She has received national awards for journalism for covering issues pertaining to indigenous peoples. She and her late husband, Daniel R. Bomberry, are the founders of the Seventh Generation Fund, which was the first national public foundation for indigenous peoples. She is an enrolled member of the Muskogee Creek Nation, and she is of transnational origin. In addition to Muskogee, thank you for correcting me. In addition to Muskogee, her forebears are Choctaw, Chickasaw, and Lenape. She has a growing transnational family that includes 3 sons, 3 daughters-in-law, 2 grandsons, 5 godchildren, and numerous companion animals. Her ministry focuses on peace and the joy that accompanies it. We know Dr. Victoria as one of the having one of the deepest hearts of anyone we've ever met, and she has made great impact on our community through her counseling and support of our community. And I just think she's a big, huge bucket of love is what I think of Dr. Victoria. And so it's my honor to welcome her today to be with us. So Dr. Victoria, you can just hear the crowds going, there you go, come on in, Victoria.
Thank you. Well, it's so wonderful to be here with you today. And I realized that I prepared my talk and I printed it out in probably 6-inch font. So I may be picking this up and looking at it very closely. And I wanted to thank everybody at CSLTV for the past 4 years that I've been here. It's been such a wonderful experience for me. And from the time that I first walked into the center, and I don't think it was where you are now.
No, we were in the old building.
You were in the old building, and I walked in and I had made an appointment because I was shopping around for a community. And I had been to several places, and I was looking to a place that had the right energy for me at that moment. A place that had a minister, a place that had a critical mass of people who were dedicated to the spiritual path. And that's what I found at CSLTV. And I was thrilled. So when I moved over a little bit quicker than I thought I would. But it was around this time, 4 years ago.
Yeah.
So it's kind of interesting how this has come full circle. So it is, as Reverend Katherine said, the time for me to take that next step in my ministerial journey. And you've already gone over all this. I'll be at Riverside. And I will be there because it dovetails with the development of my own focus ministry. So doing transformational program there will just go right into what I'm doing with Winged Spirit, my ministry. And I was just so moved. I didn't think I could come up here. I thought I'd be crying after John did Sankofa, because it's a very important song to me, and I didn't realize how much it meant to me until he was singing it, right? It's been playing in my head for the past week, and Reverend Katherine asked me about a quote, and I said, well, this is the quote that speaks to my ministry. This is it. And she said, oh, okay. And I don't think she quite got it right in that moment, but it is such a powerful, powerful image for me. And it wasn't an image for me until it started playing in my head. And Winged Spirit came to me from Bolivia, where the person who was encouraging me the most to come to that community was one of the most, she was the most renowned ornithologist in Bolivia. And she made her transition a couple of years ago. And I thought, my ministry has to be called Winged Spirit. That's the name of it. Well, as things go, right, we've had just a complete upset and political turmoil in Bolivia. And I haven't been able to go back for 2 years. So it's been in flux. And this past several months, I've been thinking about, well, what does this ministry mean to me today? Well, it means the same thing. I'm all about transformation. I'm all about, looking at all of these spiritual qualities and bringing it to every aspect of our work. Wherever we are, we have that spiritual grounding that allows us to be vital, right? To have the vitality to do this work. So this is what my ministry is about. And it sounds a little bit ethereal right now, but it's really grounded in direct programming for people. And Winged Spirit will fly to any center that invites me to do work with them around transformational programming. So we're moving beyond just the talk, right? We're moving out into the world with our hearts open wide. So the title of my talk this morning is Heart Deep Vitality. And I think we all want to cultivate that, right? We want to come from our hearts. We want to feel that vitality, because it means living life wholeheartedly. American culture puts a high premium on youth, often equating youth and only youth with vitality. But vitality knows no age. It is a God-given quality that can be accessed at any time. And it can be accessed at any time in our lives. And think about Sankofa. Sankofa flies again and again. Right? So that's that vitality that wells up in us when we say yes to life. And we also get our vitality from all the relations that we have with the people in our life. People of all ages. So that vitality knows no bounds. You know, sometimes we will be with older people, with the most vital people that we will ever meet, maybe many years older than us. And at times we may be with little babies, you know, and that vitality that just exudes from their hearts and from their smiles and from their wonder. And we get to recapture that and bring it into our own lives as our vitality. So we find wisdom with our elders, and at the same time, wisdom has no age requirement. It can be seen anywhere at any time. When I began thinking about this talk, I didn't realize that age might be a focal point of this. But how could it not be? When I am speaking from the vantage point of 7 decades and 1 year. And it is, all that I can say is that it's awesome to stand here at this age. And I don't think I've been able to say that wholeheartedly at many other ages. You know, I don't want to go back to being a teenager. I'm leaving that to the teenagers.
Thank you.
And I will walk
Thank
side
you.
by side with them.
Yes.
But that is for them to do at this point. And, you know, with age, hopefully comes some good experiences, life experiences. And I know that at this point in my life, I feel absolutely vital in a way that I never have before. So what is age? Age is experience, age is a number, age is all those things. Age might be a little creak in my knees sometimes. It might be whatever it is, but it is change. That's all it is. And we are in this life to be welcoming all the changes that happen. Now, the founder of religious science, Ernest Holmes, says, life is activity. And when we stop being active, we turn away from the newness of life. And a person who grows old in years without inward expectation and assurance that he is going to live forever somewhere will find that part of his life is burdened with the thoughts of yesterday. Let us make up our minds that yesterday is gone. Tomorrow has not arrived, but today can be filled with wonder if we know that we stand on the threshold of that which is wonderful and new. And that's from the 365 book that you're reading this month. So let's take a look at this quote. When we stop being active, we turn away from the newness of life. And I'm just going to ask you to do something. You know, maybe some people here are 10 or 20, 30 years older than me. Let's put our hands on our heart. Let's just feel that. Feel this beautiful organ just beating in your chest. There's activity there. Can you feel that activity? And each beat is a newness. Pay attention to your breath. Each breath is a newness. So what's missing? Why do we not feel this activity all the time? We're always active. Why don't we feel it? That's an easy answer for religious scientists, right? That's a very easy answer. We stop being aware of the miraculous activity of all life. That's all. We're always active without even thinking about it. We can set an intention in a heartbeat. Today, I choose to live wholeheartedly and with bold vitality. I recognize God and I honor it. Now, John was so gracious to learn that song, and I just thank him so much for doing that. And I want to talk about that bird, that Sankofa, the symbol of it. What does it mean? Well, at the same time that I honor each age in my life, right? Let's think about that bird up there, and I'm going to put it in context of my own life right now. So as I honor each age in my life, there are triumphs, and there's definitely a lot of cringe-worthy moments. A lot of them, right? And that's true for our collective history and our individual histories. And they are what has brought us to this very moment, right? So part of that vitality is accepting it and integrating whatever those things are. There's nothing that we need to be ashamed of in behavior. And I mean that in terms of denigrating ourselves or hurting ourselves in any way. But we can be aware of those things that don't serve us. We integrate all of those experiences into our life, and we transform them. We transform them into wisdom. So that's where we are, individually and collectively. And the story of the Sankofa bird sheds light on this process. I first heard that song, and I can't remember what year it was. I really can't. I tried to think what year it was. And I do believe it was in Washington, D.C., but I can't even say what place it was. What I remember is that it was a women's retreat, and it was just this incredible gathering of women that, it had to be Washington, D.C. And it was so amazing. Oh, no, it was Chicago. But it was so amazing because there were women from everywhere there. There were indigenous women, there were black women, African American women, there were people who were organizers, like community organizers, labor organizers, there were writers, there were media people, the range was huge. There were LGB people there, and that was before we had the other letters, right? But this was this amazing gathering, and all these women came together to really talk about what we wanted to see as this world that we're living in. These women were visionaries, and it was such an amazing honor to be in their presence. And they were all ages, and I was a full-grown woman, but there were also very young women there, and there were women who were much older than me. So the range was just incredible. And I was asked to take the lead in doing the spiritual work while I was there. And it was something that, I didn't do publicly, generally. It was something that I have always done privately in my own home for my family. That's what I did. But this was the first time I stepped out into a public arena with spirit. And what I realized is that we were building these relationships, these amazing relationships, and some of these women I've known since that time, and they're still doing just this incredible work. And I can't tell you how honored I am to see them grow up into these incredible people doing amazing things. So this song was played. There were a group of musicians. There were musicians there too. All women doing all kinds of amazing things. And they did sing a cappella. And they taught us this song, the Sankofa song. Mm-hmm. And, I'm going to read the words again so that you can hear them. It's, "O Sankofa, high on the heavens you soar. My soul is soon to follow you. Back to yesterday's moon, will it remember me? Back to yesterday's sun, it will rekindle me. Rekindle the spirit in tomorrow, and high on the wind, Sankofa flies again and again." Oh, and just think of that. Wow, that is such an amazing, amazing lyric. The literal translation of the word Sankofa is, it's not taboo to fetch what is at risk of being left behind. Mm-hmm. So we carry what we choose with us, right? Mm-hmm. Individually and collectively. What doesn't serve us, we can leave behind. But there's no reason that we can't circle back to pick up that which is valuable to us. It's not taboo. It's what we do. So San means return, Ko means go, and Fa means to look, seek, and take. And this symbol, I think we can look at it in a number of ways, but one way that we can look at it is the people's quest for knowledge. Think about that. What are we taking as knowledge? We create knowledge. That's what we are as human beings. We are knowledge creators. That's what we do. And to create knowledge, what do we have to do? We have to critically examine. We have to be intelligent. And we have to undertake patient investigation. That's what the quest of knowledge is. And the bird itself, the symbol is its feet firmly planted forward. And then its head is looking back. And it has an egg that it's carrying. Mm. What a powerful image, right? What are we carrying into the future? What is in that egg that we're carrying into the future with us? It's moving forward. It's moving forward. It's in that newness. It's in that vitality. So the past serves as a guide for planning for the future. And learning from the past for the Ghanaian people means that they are going to create a strong future. And learning from the past may mean that we are learning about the mistakes we've made, those cringe-worthy moments, right? Or our triumphs. And what we get to do, and what we're called to do, is to examine each one of those. Another symbol for Sankofa, especially on cloth, African cloth, is a heart. So let's tie that back to our vitality. Our vitality comes from all of these elements, from bringing all of our experience, examining it critically, and creating knowledge and wisdom from that to create a strong future. That's in our heart, right? That's right here. So several years later, after this meeting, I was given the Sankofa Award by the California Arts Council for lifetime contributions to arts and culture. And I was stunned. I truly was stunned. You know, I really was. And my first thought was, lifetime contributions? My life's not over. So I was like, oh no. It kind of rocked me a little bit there. And the second part was, I didn't feel like I was worthy of such a lofty award. You know, it was like, wow, you know, this is, what have I done, right? But I am so grateful to the people that recognized something in me that they wanted to give this award for. And I was operating at that moment too with a very linear notion of time. And I didn't realize that Sankofa was going to fly back to me again and again, right? I didn't know that. And it reminded me of the past, and it also reminded me that Spirit has something for me to do. I am vital. I'm vital to this fabric of life. Spirit communicates with us. For me, it was the Sankofa symbol. Birds that greet me every morning on my walks. And in fact, when I was getting ready to come over here, I thought, well, I'm going to get out and walk a little bit before I take the last breath of this talk. And, it's a hot day. It must be over 100 today. And it's probably hotter in Riverside than it is here in Fallbrook. And usually the birds aren't singing when it's this hot. I walked out and they were just in full-throated song. I don't know what they were singing about. Maybe they were singing about the heat. But they were singing. And to me, they were communicating to me. They were communicating to me this whole idea of winged spirit, communication. And it lifts me up. It makes me curious. Yeah, just like I said, well, maybe they're singing about the heat. Maybe they have a message for me. And it also just forces me to think or just sit still. And there were some people working out there, and I was standing still, and I was looking up at the trees, listening to this chorus of birds singing, and it was as if they were singing just for me. And I thought, well, I suppose those work people might be wondering what I'm doing, just standing right here and looking up and listening to these birds sing, because maybe they couldn't hear them, right? So what is that little lady doing out there? So each one of us has a spiritual path that has places of rest, retreat, and activity at all stages of our life. I was called to speak, communicate, have compassion, and love. And that's a tall order for an introverted person who loves solitude. And yet, life's journey gives me all the ways those things can be expressed. I have found so much more on this path that are mine to know and express. Joy showed up, and peace too. The founder of religious science says, it's an interesting fact that whether we know it and whether or not we like it, our lives are tied in with God, the living Spirit. That we cannot remain young and enthusiastic unless we know that we are one with that which knows no age and no burdens. Now, at 7 decades and 1 year, I think I'm closer to that. And this week, I invite everyone to put your hand on your heart, that beautiful organ. See the Sankofa there and sing. Oh, Sankofa, high on the heavens you soar. Love you all.
Yay.
Yay.
Beautiful. You'll see those hearts flying up there on our Facebook feed now. There they go. Oh, that's so great. So let's welcome John back.
Lovely.
That was great.
Winged Spirit, what a great name for our ministry. That's wonderful. I love what you said about being an introverted person who appreciates solitude. A lot of people don't know this, but that's me. And then, of course, there's music, and it's just Spirit saying, well, this is what you're going to do. So, there we have it. Here we are. I get my introversion and my solitude when I do, and then I do this.
Yay. We're so glad you do.
Yes, I do. Great talk. Great stories in there. Very, very cool. Thanks again for being here with us today. There's a universe that can't be seen. It's just a feeling if you know what I mean. A delectable dimension undetectable by sight. Fill up your heart in the dead of the night. Some say it's an astral plane that can't be described, can't be explained. World exploded into love all around me. World exploded into love all around me. Every time I take a look around me, I have to smile. Is our life just an illusion? There's no need to figure it out. Separation exists not in your love-filled heart, only in your mind. Real stories all around.
Beautiful.
Thank you.
Okay, so I'm not used to this. Now I have to go back to work. Oh, actually, you have one of my papers.
Oh.
I need that one. There we go. Okay.
Shall I remain or?
Yeah. Let's stay.
Let's stay.
We're gonna do so. Victoria, you can come back and sit with us here for a minute. Oh, for the rest of the service.
Yes.
Come join us. This is the time of our service when I have the opportunity to remind us about participating in sacred giving. I want to say thank you to everyone who's continued to support us in this interim time, and especially in this time when our phone still, we're having a challenge getting our phone hooked up. Somehow our phone was released from the phone company, our phone number was released from the phone company, but the cell company didn't grab it yet. So it's kind of out there in the ethers, and we're knowing it's going to land at one of these moments. But there's a couple of ways that you could share your gift with us. You could go to our website at CSLTV.org and hit that donate button, and it takes you over to PayPal. There was a little bit of a tweak with that a couple weeks ago, but from what I understand, that's all been taken care of. You could snail mail it in, and buy some stamps and support our post office and send your offering in to our new address. And Tina's going to put that in our in the chat because I don't know it yet. I don't know it yet. It's there though. So we're grateful for that. And we just want to say thank you. I want to say thank you to everyone who came to our town hall meeting last Sunday. And we're going to have those every couple of months just to give an update of where we are and how it's going. I got to tell the whole story of the great adventure of our move out of our old building, and so now we're moving into the offices in September, and when we can come back together safely, we will be at the Masonic Lodge in Temecula for our Sundays. And as soon as we have as soon as we have the money for our upgrade, for the financial support for our upgrade of our technology, then we'll be able to start filming from the new space. So that's going to be the first step in this, is that we're trying to upgrade our technology so that we can film from the Masonic Lodge on Sunday morning. So we get out of my living room and into the Masonic Lodge, and then be there ready for when we can open the doors and welcome everybody back. So bear with us. We're working towards it. Again, everyone's health and wellness are our top priority. But in the meantime, we are so grateful for the ongoing financial support of this mission and vision to be a light unto the world. And it's our deep desire to support our congregation in this time of challenge. It's you have to call it what it is, that there's a lot going on in the world right now, and it can be a little disorienting and difficult. And so our vision is to be a space of support and comfort to everyone. And so the financial support allows us to fulfill this mission. And so we're so grateful for everyone who has leaned in, and just know that any offering counts. Any offering makes a big difference. So however little or big it is, we are just grateful for you. And so let's come together in consciousness here and just bless this time of giving and the intention we set in this moment to be of support to this vision and mission of being a light unto the valley, Temecula Valley and beyond, as this message goes out across these airwaves here. Just touching hearts and inspiring lives, connecting to the Infinite One. And so I know that God is that infinite abundance, it is that divine flow, and as we give to that which we want to see grow and expand, we give back to where we are inspired and supported. I know that we open that channel of giving and receiving and allowing the abundance of the universe to operate in our lives. And so I bless this gift, I give thanks for it, surrendering my word, I allow it to be, and so it is. So we're going to say our affirmation together.
Do you have it memorized, Victoria? Because I
have it right here if you want to see it. Ready?
Right.
Divine love through me blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I give, and all that I receive. I am prosperous now. Yes, so much
Blessed always, blessed always, for the arms of God surround us. Let our joy be so triumphant, that we rest in God and
announcements to share with you, and all the information will be on our website and on our Facebook, so just know that. Our book study is finishing up Change Me Prayers this Wednesday, and they're going to start a book by Matthew Fox called Creativity. It's a great book, and it's so inspiring, and they'll start that book on Wednesday, September 2nd. And so you can contact practitioner Pam Igliozzi for more information. The bookstore, which actually is in the ethers.
Also in the ethers.
Also in the ethers. But the bookstore has a number of the creativity books, and they're actually offering it at a cheaper rate than Amazon.
Ooh.
So you can contact Pam Igliozzi, and she can connect you to get one of those books if that's something that you'd like. The book study is meeting Wednesdays from 10 to noon, and Pam's leading that, so we're so grateful for that. Our men's ministry with Reverend Michael Summers, they have shifted their meetings. They're moving in a new direction also. They're still meeting every Wednesday at 9 a.m. On the first and third Wednesday of the month, they're going to be on Zoom, so through the computer, and then on the second and fourth, they're going to go to Journey's for breakfast. They have a nice patio out there at Journey's restaurant, so they'll be there. And Reverend Michael Summers is the contact person for that. The Sisters in Spirit group is meeting the first and third Thursdays of the month. I'm glad I have this written down because I won't be able to keep this in my head. But the first and third Thursdays of the month. The first Thursday is on Zoom, and the third Thursday is at Journey's. And so again, on their patio. Our Spiritual Connection at 7 series continues, 7 a.m., 7 p.m., 20-minute meditations. And it's a really wonderful way to stay connected to that spirit, to stay connected to one another. And we encourage you to join us for that. Our Race Matters Dialogues, that's been beautifully led and put together by Dr. Victoria and her team. They're continuing. This week is the Wednesday at 7. It's our last session. And that's the night there will not be a spiritual connection at 7 on Wednesday night, and then we're going to return to that the week after. So there's a lot going on. We have fall classes that are going to be rolling out in the next couple of weeks, and some other opportunities to connect. We're talking about, once the weather breaks, we're talking about getting together in a park to have some actual social distance, social time together. Physical distance social time together, let's call it that. But we're not going to do that till it's not 100 outside.
So like
That's the last thing I want to do.
November.
I've got hope. There's hope.
There is hope.
It could be September.
We've seen
but
it.
it's gonna be
We've seen it
October.
happen.
It's going to be a while. So as soon as it starts to come down, maybe we'll do a last minute roll, like call it up and say, hey, it's going to be under 80. Let's go. You know,
Right.
I don't know. I've always got hope. I can pray. So with that, I want to just take a moment to thank Victoria for being with us today. And, you know, I want to share that when she came to see me, and it was a while from between the first time you came and when we first met, and then when you joined the center, I remember having a meeting with her, and I was so excited that she seemed to like us. You know, that I was like, can you come? Can you come now? Will you come then? Will you come? When are you coming? You know? And then I was waiting, and I didn't want to be too pushy, and I was trying to just let the whole thing unfold and know that what would unfold would be perfect for her and for, at that point, you were called to ministry, and you were about to step into the school of ministry, and I was so excited to support that process. And finally, after we moved to the McAlvey Court building, she came back and joined our team. Victoria's been a huge influence on this community over the last 4 years, and I just want to share my appreciation for that and acknowledgement for all the work she's done. She worked with our compassionate care ministry as we were getting up and running by putting together one-on-one congregant calls and organized our team of practitioners in reaching out and supporting our congregation. Like I said, she has a heart as deep and wide as the ocean, and really you can feel it when you're with her desire to support each of us. Her great knowledge and deep experience has been so supportive, and I felt really inspired by just being around her call to ministry and her call to service. It's palpable when you're with her, and I remember saying to her something that someone had said to me early in my ministry. They said, what I have said to her is, I know that you are meant to fly, and I'm just grateful for as long of time as we get to have you with us. So I knew that this day was coming. I was sad when she called me because I wasn't ready for it yet. But someone who is this inspired and this inspirational needs to allow her own ministry to come forward. And I know the work that you do with the Riverside Center and in the world is going to make a great and deep impact. And some of the other things that Victoria has done, she brought to us the Power of 8 groups. She was the one who started online classes like a year and a half ago, before who knew that we were going to need to all be doing online classes. And I'm so glad that I said yes to that, because some of our community already kind of knew how to do what we all need to do now. And so she was prophetic in that way. She was, and the birth of our Faith in Action ministry and connecting us with the Lake Elsinore School District last year to support them in some of their needs. The foundation that she has laid will continue. And we are blessed by what she has done, and we're so grateful because we're going to be able to hire her back as a consultant to support us as we go forward. And so I intend to be one of the first churches on your list. So just put me on there, okay? Because I'm not letting you go. I'm not letting you go. But and in that, I do have a little something for you. So John, can you hand it to me? How about the book and the plaque?
There's the book.
Thank you. And the plaque. All right, so I have two things for you. First of all, we have this beautiful arrangement of sunflowers for Victoria today. This is a gift for you. And I was specific in choosing sunflowers because of sunflowers to me are a light unto the world. And the joy and the joy of living, and just look at her smile. Like you can't deny that Victoria is a sunflower in the world. So the second thing is a little bit of a joke between Victoria and I. When she graduated from the School of Ministry, I put all the components of this together, and then it got lost in my office. And it wasn't until we moved last month that I actually found her gift from last year. And so this is a minister's handbook, and it says Reverend Dr. Victoria Bomberry in the front. And this is the Religious Science Minister's Service Book that has all of the traditional weddings, memorials, all the church services, everything that has come from the history of our organization. And so I want to present that to you. Finally, you get that.
Thank you.
And my gift for you is a little reading from Ernest Holmes that when I meditated, this came to me as in alignment with Victoria's ministry and who she is in the world. And so this is Ernest Holmes' Arise My Spirit. It says this: Arise my spirit, arise and shine. Let thy light illumine my path, and let thy wisdom direct my way. Compel my will to do thy bidding, and command my soul to look to thee. I will follow thee, my spirit, and will... Oh, I need the black, I'm sorry. It's my, okay. I will follow thee, my spirit, and will learn of thee. I will sit in the silence and listen and watch, and I will see thy light and hear thy voice. I will follow thee and will not depart from thee, for in thee alone is peace. Arise and shine. And your deep faith and your deep knowing of the difference that you make in the world is reflected in this. And so we wanted to give you a little something to take with you from us. So that's there. And just know that we love you, and we can't wait to have you back with us. And then what I often like to do is I honor, and then I put them on the spot and make them work. So you get to do our treatment. I'll hold this for you. You pray.
I'll give this
Oh,
to
yes,
you.
yes.
Okay. We'll set these back down and let's pray.
So let's turn within. Oh, and just knowing that God is all there is. Living Spirit is alive in me, alive in each and every person, within the sound of my voice and beyond, because Spirit is everywhere. Spirit is life. And today I'm blessing all those who may be suffering from unemployment, may be wondering about what is my next step? What is mine to do in this very moment? How do I care for my family? How do I rise up from this experience? And I know that for each one of those persons, that God is right there. That is the inspiration, that is the breath that animates the soul. I know that God is. God is that inspiration. God is that creativity. God is all. And I know that as we move forward together out of these crises, which is another word for opportunity, that we are joined together. That we have our hearts open wide and we accept one another just as we are, because we are each that divine emanation of God. And I know we're seeing that clearer and clearer. There's nothing that can separate us, nothing that can divide us. We are free. We are free to love. We are free to fly high. There's no limitation. This is a world that works for everyone.
Yes.
It was created that way.
Yes.
All we have to do is open our eyes and sing. I'm free. And I allow all this good to wash over me. And I know that it goes out to serve the world. I let it be. And so it is.
There was a time in my life I thought I had given it all myself. I didn't know the grace of God was sufficient. I didn't know the love of God was at hand. Now I can say that if you are discouraged, struggling just to make it through another day, you got to let it go. Let it all go. And listen what you have to say. I release and I let it go. Let the Spirit run my life. And my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only for God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith I see the light. I am free in spirit. Yes, I'm only for God. I release and I let go. Let the Spirit run my life. And my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only for God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith I see the light. I am free in spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God.
And as we step forth in this week, I know for each and every one of us that divine vitality rises within us and inspires us forward. And so it is. So it is. Yay! Thank you for being here. I'm so glad you're with us.
Oh, isn't it weird not to hug?
I know
It
it's
is.
weird. Okay, bye everybody. Have a great Sunday. We'll see you soon. Take care.